so you can see it's still raining outside. Well, it's just drizzling. But here, let me just show you this, the grave. I'm calling it a grave. I'm smiling because I can't cry no more. I've cried too many times. Okay, so here, because it's rained, obviously the sand has gone off thing or whatever. Okay, so this pipe that's running across here, this was actually, because I don't know if I told you before, but there was a swimming pool here. Originally, when my dad built the house, this side had a swimming pool on it, and so that's the cable that was for the pipe that was for the swimming pool. And then on this side here, there's also, you can see there's a waste pipe running through here. That is for the old plumbing. This one has been condemned. It's not working anymore because we created a new one over there somewhere. But guys, I'm tired. It's a miserable day, but it's the only good thing is that it's cool, so it's not hot today. But anyway, I'm gonna go calm myself down first, and then I will come back, and then I'll let you know exactly what happened. I don't even know like where to start. I mean I don't know. I don't know. So I think a couple of weeks ago, I had someone that I knew who was in the apartment, and he said to me that the apartment had kind of leaked a little bit. Woke up in the morning and there was like water on the worktops and stuff like that, and I was like, that's weird. Like, I've never seen that before. I don't know how. So he just cleaned up the place, and like I told my builder that something had happened, so next time he comes he should come and check on it. So he came and checked. He was like, okay, so maybe it's like from around the window frame, maybe it's not properly sealed, so maybe that's where it's coming from. So next time I come, I'll just bring some sealant and then we'll reseal around the window just so it doesn't happen again. It rained today. When I saw the rain, I almost started crying because first of all, I had an interview planned for today and it ruined it. As my interview was cancelled for today. So I was already kind of annoyed at that because I just wanted to get it out of the way, because I don't know why, I just wanted to know that I'd done it and I could like check it off the list. So that didn't happen today. And so when it rained, I noticed this morning that because there was like some strong winds. And when the wind was coming, I could see pieces of wood flying across the what do you call it, the compound. I was like, oh my gosh, this is dangerous. I mean, it wasn't like the heavy pieces of wood, you know, like when wood has sat for a long time, right, it becomes old and it starts to break apart, right? So it's just like flimsy pieces of wood. But they were like flying across the compound, and I was like, nah. So I called a nanny, and I was like, nanny, you guys need to come and clean up the site, because there's things blowing everywhere. And oh yeah, don't forget, we're supposed to seal the window, because my friend says that it's kind of still leaking. It's not as bad as it was the first time, but it's still kind of leaking. So he said, so he came today to like have a look at what happened in the compound. And then I said, let's go and look at the apartment, let's see. So I went in there, and water on the worktops. And then I thought it was okay. I thought, okay, it's not too bad. It wasn't like really wet. It was just like, maybe someone had like spilled a little bit of water on it. So I thought I was just like a clean up, just get a rag, kind of clean it up type thing. And then the nanny was like, let me go see where it's coming from. So first of all, we noticed the crack that was across. You see at the top where the AC is, there was a crack there. And I was like, oh, I've never noticed that crack before. It must be new. I hadn't noticed. So he was like, okay, let me go back to the other side of the wall and see. So he was looking outside, and he was like, yeah, he can see sort of where the water might be, how the water might be penetrating. Because you have to remember, that wall is brand new. Because for those of you that have been watching for a while, you'll remember that we broke down that wall and we extended the apartment so that it would have more space. So that whole kitchen area there, that is an extension of the house. So, you know, when you build any type of wall, it takes some time for it to settle. So when it's settling, there are bound to be cracks appearing. So there's a little bit of movement. That's happened. That's why that happened. So there's nothing to be alarmed at. It's just the movement of the wall because it is brand new. Nothing else was changed. Nothing structurally was changed. We just added, so to make the wall flush with what was on top, we just added the extra wall. So we didn't move anything. Nothing was touched. The original building is still there standing. That didn't do anything. I need to clarify for those of you that are going to say, your house is going to fall down. It's going to fall down. It's not gonna fall down. It's not gonna fall down. Yeah, I had to be that dramatic. But anyway, because I'm trying to cheer myself up here, because I'm like, how can one person have 2 floods? One in the first apartment and now in this one. But anyway, back to my story. So when the nanny was outside, he was like, just check to make sure that there's no water in the cupboard. So I checked the first one. I was like, no, it's fine. It's okay. And then I opened the second cupboard. I was like, oh, there's some splashes like inside some of the plates and stuff. So I just pulled the plates out. I lift up the bowls and then water. So that was me touching the cabinet inside, and you saw how much water was in there. I was like, no. And then I go frantically opening some of the other drawers, the cupboards and stuff. And I see that there is some water and there is a little bit of water damage. Now, I think that water damage was from the first leak that hadn't been cleared out, because when a nanny came back into the apartment, he pulls the kickboards. He pulled it off and he went underneath with the mop, and there was tons of water under there. So I think the first time that it rained, there was water under there, and it was just stationary probably for a long time, because you couldn't see it. Unless you removed the kickboard, you wouldn't have known that there was water down there. So obviously it started to damage the back part of the cupboards. But thankfully we were able to kind of wipe it, and most of it's gone. So we've just left the cabinets open for them to air and the windows in the apartment to air, and hopefully all of that will go. But I won't lie to you, my heart did sink, and I was like, oh my gosh. Imagine if someone was in the apartment that I didn't know, and this has happened. Like, how am I going to explain this? Because sometimes in Ghana, you don't see problems until you've had all the seasons, right? You need to see it rain heavily, like some torrential rain, before you know that, oh, there's something's not closed properly or whatever. Like, you don't know until these things happen. So thankfully, it happened while somebody that I knew was in there. Because otherwise, I'm telling you, this building thing is not easy. Like, you gotta have the heart for it. Seriously, like, you really have to have the heart for it. Like, you have to be ready for every challenge and just take one day at a time. Because you know what, right now, there's no point in me getting upset. There's none, because it ain't gonna change it's not gonna change a single thing. The only person that's gonna be upset is me. I gain nothing apart from being so upset that I can't do any more work today. So it's just gonna, I have to take it like that, and just sort it out for what it is. So they're gonna come back tomorrow. And because obviously the place is wet, they can't do anything to seal it or whatever. So they're going to come back tomorrow. Hopefully it won't rain tomorrow, it'll be dry. And we'll go from there. So no doubt you will see what happens in this video. Okay, so I'm going to show you the damage that was done. So this is the next day. So you can see here, water damage here and there. I might have to get something white and maybe paint it so it doesn't look as bad. I don't know. That's the worst of it anyway. That's the worst of it. Everywhere else is not bad. It's not too bad. Oh, then there's there. Okay, so the guys are here. They've come to fix the where the thing is leaking. So what they have to do is, where there was that like crack, they have to chisel it, and then they'll put the cement and stuff in. I'm saying this like I know, like this is what I think they're doing. Anyway, but I'm just gonna go over there so you can have a look and see for yourself. So what will you do? You just cement it back afterwards?
Yes, we need to stop the crack.
Okay. But it's just a settlement crack though?
Yes.
Okay, so I've come back to kind of, whoa, I didn't balance very well, to show you what the work that was done. So they've done it and they've filled it, they've chiseled it and they've filled it with cement. So let me just show you if I can get over there. I'm a bit terrified of the mosquitoes around here. Hold on a sec. Ugh. Okay. So see here, this is where the crack was inside. So they've chiseled and filled it with cement. So hopefully that should solve the problem. Now all I need is some more rainfall. Oh my gosh, I need some more rainfall to be able to test and make sure that it's done properly, you know. So yeah, that was it. That's all I'm gonna say. Hey, so I'm talking a bit quiet because it's really late at night. So the apartment flood. Oh gosh. Anyway. Yeah. So the apartment flood, right? So I was waiting for it to rain so that I could see if, you know, the chiseling and all that work had done the trick. And so I wait the next day, no rain. The next day after that, no rain. And then finally it rained. So it rained and it rained really. Did it rain? No, yeah, it did. It rained really heavy. And then like there was lots of wind and stuff. So I was like, okay, this is going to be the one. This is going to tell me for sure if it has worked or not. And thankfully it did. There was like no leaks in the apartment. So I'm so happy. Even though I do have a little bit of cupboard damage, it's still salvageable, right? It's still okay. So I'm not too down about it. But, you know, it's just annoying to kind of have to go through that thing again. And it also gave me like PTSD from what happened in the first apartment. Because I was like, I don't need this to happen to me like right now at all. Like, please, God, why me? Like, especially right now, like I don't have it to fix anything. Like I can't afford to buy a new kitchen. So, but anyway, it all turned out for the best and everything is good. So I'm good and I'm very happy about that. So yeah. So I've got so much on my mind. Oh Lord, you have no idea. But anyway, I'm just going to end the video there. I'm going to end the video there on a nice, happy note. It's been a long day, let me tell you that. But anyway, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to also like, comment and share this video until next time. I am out.